Coco Gauff, Iga Swiatek play in U.S. Open 4th round, and other must-watch matches. The U.S. Open is often a tournament where the grind of a long tennis season shows up, and some of the top players struggle to get to the second week. But this year, the women's draw has had a pretty consistent theme. The best players for most of this year have been the best players in New York. Not only have 6 of the top 7 seeds reached the round of 16, the exception being 4 seed Elena Rybakina, who withdrew from the second round due to injury, but also other informed players like former 2 Paula Badosa, rising star Diana Shnaider, and recent Olympic silver medalist Donna Vekic have all advanced. It sets up an enticing second week, where as many as 10 players have a realistic chance to take home the trophy. Here are the 5 must-watch matches of the 4th round on Sunday and Monday. Even though Navarro is 3 years older, she feels like the newcomer in the latter stages of Grand Slams. Just 3 years removed from winning the NCAA Singles Championship at Virginia, Navarro has quickly made her way to No. 12 in the world with a 48-19 record this year. And she got her most important win thus far at Gauff's expense in the Wimbledon round of 16, outplaying her by a wide margin. Gauff struggled to maintain her patience and composure that day. But the U.S. Open should be a more favorable environment for her. She's the defending champion, after all, and competes extremely hard in Arthur Ashe Stadium regardless of how she's playing. The question is Gauff's current level. Even in her 3-6, 6-3, 6-3 win over Elena Svitolina on Friday, there were stretches of questionable play. She's going to have to be a lot cleaner to beat Navarro, who is exceptionally fit and just doesn't miss a lot of balls. Shen Qinwen versus Donna Vekic. These two played just a few weeks ago for the gold medal in Paris, with Zhang prevailing 6-2, 6-3. Life has been a whirlwind for Zhang since then, including a big trip back to China before heading to North America. In some ways, it's surprising she had enough in the tank just to reach the second week here. But after needing 3 sets to get through 2 of those matches, how much further can she push it? Pegula's 0-6 record in Grand Slam quarterfinals is the only sore spot in a career that has wildly exceeded expectations. Though she'd love to end that narrative in the U.S. Open, Pegula is going to face a huge test on Monday against Shnaider, who has already won 3 WTA titles this year at age 20. Shnaider, a Russian whose trademark is covering her hair with a bandana on the court, first landed on the radar after winning a round in the 2023 Australian Open, but deciding to attend NC State for 1 semester rather than immediately turning pro. Since joining the tour full-time, Shnaider has been sensational, winning titles this year on hard court, grass and clay. This is her first real run in a Grand Slam, but there are certainly going to be many more. Shnaider has a big game, but how will it hold up under pressure against an experienced player like Pegula, who is good at absorbing pace in baseline rallies? This one is for the hardcore tennis fans. Motova has had a star-crossed career, with injuries derailing her seemingly every time she's about to ascend to the top of the sport. Helene, after several years where she just wasn't really a factor at all in big tournaments, is suddenly in the mix everywhere and made back-to-back finals this summer at the French Open and Wimbledon. Whereas Paulini is an effervescent ball of energy on the court, Motova is a smooth operator who probably possesses more shot variety than any player in women's tennis. It says a lot about Motova's talent that after missing more than 9 months due to wrist surgery, she's contending in just her 6th tournament back. Motova lost to Gauff in last year's semifinals. The 2 matches they played in 2023 weren't competitive, with Swiatek winning both easily. But Samsonova is, at least in theory, the type of player who gives her problems. A big hitter who can make Swiatek uncomfortable by taking away her time to set up on the baseline. On the other hand, Samsonova is pretty streaky, so it's hard to know whether you're getting the good version or the wildly inaccurate version on any given day, despite being no. Won by a considerable margin, Swiatek has had a rough year.